think something we can all relate to is we feel so cute, we see ourselves in the mirror, and then we're like, oh my god, let's take photos. You have someone take some photos of you, and you look at them and you're like, was no one gonna tell me I look like that? Do I walk around looking like hello? Oh, I have hay on my eye for it because I was just doing barn chores. My name is Grace, if you're new here. If you're not new here, my name is also still that. My video today is gonna be about appearance fluctuation and the idea that we need to be pretty. Is this more? There's just all this crap in my hair because I spend so much time out there like with the pigs and everything, and my hair is on like multiple days of not shampoo, but whatever. All of this to say, I might not look my best right now. I woke up at 5 a.m. for work, and then after work I took a nap with my makeup on, and I've just been out in the barn. Like, so many things. It's so normalized for us, especially girls, to be like, oh, sorry I didn't shave, sorry I don't have makeup on today, sorry my hair's greasy. And I'm just sick of the apologizing, to be honest. Like, and it's something I do all the time, especially with bloating, because I have really bad stomach problems and I get like horrible bloating. I'll just put a picture here. So every time that happens and I'm like with company, I feel like I have to say it, and I have like some autoimmune problems, so I get a lot of hives. And I always feel like I need to acknowledge it because something about my appearance is changing. But something that I'm realizing and that I wanted to talk about today is our appearance is constantly fluctuating. Constantly, like from moment to moment, from picture to picture, from year to year, in like different seasons of our lives. Like, we're gonna gain weight, we're gonna lose weight, we're gonna have shaved, we're gonna have not shaved, we're gonna be bloated, we're gonna have a morning belly, which is like smaller because it hasn't eaten any food in 8 hours. Like, I feel like it's so easy to blame yourself for not looking your best all the time, but nobody looks their best all the time. For me, I have struggled with my relationship to my appearance since I was very young. I was bullied for my body in elementary school. I've had boys make fun of how I look and not being pretty. I was seeing someone this summer who said that I'm not pretty enough, and to be honest, they said that a couple months ago, or a month ago or whatever, and I have not felt beautiful since, and I don't know when I will feel beautiful again. Anyway, that's kind of besides the point. But also, why does anyone comment on how anyone looks if it's something that's not nice? Like, I genuinely do not understand the like psychology of thinking something mean about someone and then how they look and like something that they can't control. Even if it's something they can control, like, still, just why would you say that? Like, why would you think so? Sorry, can this focus? Okay, maybe we're good. Like, why would you say something when your intention is just to bring someone down? I genuinely cannot comprehend just being like openly mean to someone. Like, I don't get that at all. Anyway, I think something we can all relate to is we feel so cute, we see ourselves in the mirror, and then we're like, oh my god, let's take photos. You have someone take some photos of you, and you look at them and you're like, was no one gonna tell me I look like that? Do I walk around looking like and like you just feel like shit about yourself? And even when photos do turn out well and you feel beautiful in some of them, you're probably gonna go through a bunch that you don't like, where you're like in between poses, or you're like looking away that you like your eyes are closed or whatever. I understand that we talk a lot about social media and like, oh, everyone's just posting a highlight reel, everyone's like only posting the photos where they look their best, but it is really so true. And what's been liberating for me is just to realize that like even the most beautiful Instagram girls, even like the model, maybe not the model, but like the like most beautiful people you see on Instagram, they don't look like that all the time. And when I see other people's appearance fluctuate, when I see people in my life like gain weight, lose weight, whatever, or like usually they do a full hair and makeup and then they show up to work one day and they have no makeup on, like I might notice those things, but there's never any criticism about it. I'm never like, oh, she should put makeup back on, she doesn't look good. Like, I've never thought I mean, I think I've only ever thought that people are more beautiful without makeup. Not saying like women shouldn't wear makeup because I think they're prettier without. Like, that's just so annoying. But I just mean, okay, let's make this focus. But I just mean I've never held other people to the same standard that I hold myself to. And so I'm tired of doing that with myself. Like, I'm done giving little explanations like, oh, did you understand what I meant by that? Okay. What I meant by that is like, I'm done being like, oh, I'm so bloated, oh, I'm so ugly, oh, I'm so this, because I feel that way so often, and it's so easy to feel bad about yourself for not always looking your best. And like, I always have fears that I'm like a catfish because the way that I look on YouTube when I'm like talking and making a video is so much different. I mean, maybe not that different, but like so much different than what I look like on Instagram, because those are like my best photos and they're not me like moving, they're not me talking, they're not getting like the intricacies of the way my mouth moves when I talk, or like they're not seeing me from the side where like my jawline is not as smooth. I think what's been really helpful for me is to realize how you look in a moment in time is just how you look at a moment in time. And there's nothing better or worse about any of those. And going back to like the taking a bunch of photos and only liking a few thing, have you ever been with someone and they take photos and then they look at them and they're like, oh my god, this is such a bad photo of myself, I look so ugly here. And when you look at it, you're like, that's literally just like how you look. Not in like a mean way, but like, I don't see anything different between the photo where you think you look your best and the photo where you think you look your worst. Like, there's just not, we don't see other people as critically as we see ourselves. And it's like, I know when I say that, it's like, duh, but I just want to give you permission to look how you look at a given moment. I'm not gonna look the same way that I look when I'm all dolled up and gussied up and have a cute outfit on as I do right now when I'm just like chilling at home and like doing barn chores and stuff. And I'm not saying any of this to be like, oh, I'm ugly, people should console me. But I think I've just spent so much of my life wanting to be beautiful, and I still really do want that. And part of me is torn of like, okay, well, I could get ready every day, I could get like, I could put in the effort to look cute every day, but do I really want to do that? Like, do I really need to do that? And even if I do that, there's gonna be moments when I'm at home and I have no makeup on, and I find that the more I alter how I look with like makeup, I'm at a point where I don't really think that I look that different with or without makeup, just because I basically only do mascara, highlighter, and some like lip balm, lip gloss. But even so, I find that like, I've always felt that the more makeup I have on, the worse I feel, because it feels like it's not me. And it feels like if people are saying, oh, you look so beautiful, you're so cute, whatever, it feels like they're not saying it about me, they're saying it about this person that I've created that actually looks different than how I actually look. And I think for me personally, less makeup is better, in terms of how I can like have a good relationship with myself still and also put a little effort into my appearance. I just wanted to like come on here and say, we don't have to be pretty all the time, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with just looking like a person. And I wish I could just free all women, and all people, to be honest, from feeling like you need to look attractive all the time, because basically no one does. And also, when you love someone, when you see your friend, when you see a family member, when you see a significant other, the way you see them is like shaped so much by the type of person that they are. Like, you know what I mean? When someone is like physically attractive but like super mean, you don't see them as cute anymore. You're like, ugh, what an asshole. Like, I hate this person. Or like, you might even see it where you're dating someone and you think they're so like the most beautiful person in the world. They can do no wrong. Like, they look the most beautiful even when they're just like in bed, messy bun, makeup, no makeup. And then you break up and all that kind of like romanticization of not just who they are but also how they look goes away. And like, you're not attracted to them anymore. So I think the most important thing you can do, and I don't like that this is coming back to like how you can still be attractive to people without it being your physical self. But what I mean by when I say the most important thing you can do is like have a good personality, I'm not saying it to be like, oh, well, if you have a good personality, you'll be more attractive. What I'm saying is it's so much more important to be a good person on the inside than to look a certain way on the outside, because all of the external is fleeting. All of it. like the people who are the most like beautiful in the world, they're still gonna age, they're still gonna gain weight, they're still gonna like be pregnant, and then their body will change and their hair is gonna turn gray. And none of these things are bad things, but our society is just so obsessed with youth and like looks maxing and being beautiful all the time. When you see people's like going to bed ugly so I can wake up pretty, they're like taking their hair out of that little wrap where you can curl your hair, and they're taking off their mouth strip, and they're taking off their like under eye mask and their whole face mask. That is not normal. It is not, I mean, like, I'm sorry, I might get flack for this, but like, it is not normal to have a skincare routine that is so excessive. Like, our society is just obsessed with doing everything we can to be more beautiful. And so I'm here to say, you do not have to look beautiful all the time, and you're not doing anything wrong by being a person. And I know you could be like, but there's beauty in every state of yourself. And that's not really what I'm talking about, because like, yeah, that's true. But I more mean, if you're someone who you feel like, oh, I don't look very pretty today, or like, oh, that picture is so ugly, like it's all just a moment in time. We are the sum of all of our moments in time. In some of those moments, we're gonna look like a fire baddie, killing it, 10 out of 10. And sometimes we're not. And that's just what being a person is. And I think a lot of us have lost touch with that and can blame ourselves for not upholding a certain image, especially if we have an image that we present to the world and then we have one that's like the real us. You know what I mean? Like, I've met so many people who look nothing like their Instagram, like nothing, because they only post photos where they're like looking their best. And I think when we're all trying to like curate our own image, because we all have the ability to with social media, it can be pretty dangerous for your own personal self-esteem. I'm not like, it can be pretty dangerous because you could see a girl and think she's beautiful and then in person she's not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, I think it can be dangerous to represent online a version of yourself that is not true to you, because it can kind of distance you from your natural self. And you might be getting all these likes and comments when you're serving, and then you like take your makeup off and you're like, well, those compliments weren't even about me. Those were for someone who isn't even me. But I also know that it's not that deep for a lot of people, and a lot of people do not have that issue. I'm just saying, for me, the more I put pressure on myself to look pretty or to have a certain image, the more I feel pressure to uphold that image or that like standard that I've set for myself. And I think it's so liberating to just free yourself from it and be like, I can look how I look from moment to moment. I can be looking amazing in a cute outfit and I'm not bloated and I have my makeup done, or I can be like in my bed with my glasses on, like watching Futurama at 9 p.m. on a Friday night, which is probably what I'm gonna be doing tonight. And all of that is me, and all of it's wonderful, and there's no reason why one of those things should be put on a pedestal and the other shouldn't. Okay, I just wanted to talk about this really fast. Hope it resonated with you. You don't have to look stunning all the time. Your job is not to be pretty, and as long as who you are on the inside is staying consistent and it's a good, kind person, you're honestly set. And I think as long as you have confidence in the type of person you are and not the type of person you look like, I think that's what matters most. I know I'm not doing anything groundbreaking by saying any of this, but it's just something I've been thinking of, and giving myself the permission to not look beautiful all the time and not look good in every photo has just been huge, because no one can live up to that standard. Like, no one on the planet. But anyway, that's all I got today. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.